Hi and welcome to my channel. Today we will be watching episode 5 of the second season of Interview with a Vampire, so let's jump right in.
We broke into the same library every night that month. Hypnotized security, as one does. Flipped the lights, laid our backs on long tables, and stared up at the ceiling.
Okay.
Iron pillars holding up terracotta domes. A light trick that made the ceiling appear higher than it was.
And why not pass a month that way? An effortless, eternal life ahead of us.
You're circling something. You're getting close to something you want distance from. Language as a chicken exit on a roller coaster.
Or it's daytime, and the vampire of Louis' age is fighting the narcoleptic pull of the sun.
What, brought you food?
Ah, is this Malik?
It is, sir. You're the guard.
How long is your boyfriend's lunch again?
An hour, 2 at most.
Okay.
Let's change it up.
Okay.
I was going over my notes last night. Something he said on his initial flight to the bookshelves caught my ear. This time I won't save your life.
Armand could see I was partial to you. Armand preserves my happiness, even when I don't or can't.
Okay.
He had a hunch you might prove fruitful in later times.
What, like now?
Okay, sure. Let's go with that.
Oh. That look. Stop.
Does that scare you, boy?
So you climb in it, close the lid, and bang?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
How?
Okay. I mean, I'm in countercultures. So am I the first guy that you brought back here?
No.
The fifth?
Oh.
Backgammon? Well, that's wholesome.
Money?
Old-timey fun from the Sasanian Empire.
Oh.
Cheeseburgers or chicken chow mein, take your pick. I'm a vampire.
Okay. I mean, I'm really interested to know why you believe that.
Does it says it all? Yeah.
Hi.
Fuck, man. Are you the Zodiac Killer?
It's okay.
Okay.
You were terrified of me, Daniel.
You were lonely, Louis.
It was gratifying to tell you what I was after mingling with humans for so long.
You weren't thrill-seeking. You were floundering.
Oh.
Tape after tape of emotional upchuck.
Where's this leading, Daniel?
I have some outstanding questions about 1973.
Which is?
Why you talked to me in the first place?
You had curiosity, swagger.
Nah.
I would chat for a few hours, and then who would come looking if another drug-addled homophile disappeared? Lestat was trivial, vapid, vulgar, maniacal, blind and sterile and contemptible.
Big time asshole.
He appeared frail and stupid to me.
When?
A man made of dried twigs with a thin, carping voice. And for all that Lestat boasted about his love of music, he played without an iota of feeling. Nothing. No one home. Like an automaton. Plunking away at the notes with all the emotional acuity of a monster.
He's a faker. But you figured that out. Just
No, he
fine
didn't.
day, you paid a biblical price for your first love.
I don't think he likes hearing that from you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No,
Uh-huh.
that was astute, boy. You see, I sat on that bench in Jackson Square, watched Claudia disappear into the night.
I'm kind of with her. Get off that bench, brother.
I pictured her on the platform, boarding the train, carrying her off into her future.
Okay.
A future I would be absent from.
By your choice.
Stay behind with Lestat. Then what? I had nothing. Nothing but the bench I was sitting on. So I stayed on it for hours.
Okay.
All I had to do was watch the sun come up.
And you couldn't even
let it
do that.
bleach my bones, purify the putrid soul. Are you kidding? Daniel?
Yeah.
Hesitation.
Uh-huh.
Is that our original interview?
Maybe.
Turns out I had a copy saved in the cloud.
You're a liar.
So are you, Louis.
Uh-huh.
Whether you know it or not. You remember the 9 minutes at the end? Betty Hutton drowning out the indecipherable moaning and yelling.
What? Morning! I lost time. Things got a little heated.
With a boy. Things got heated with a boy.
No, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Seek comfort in the arms of lowlifes and unfortunates and broken children. Fine.
Fine. That doesn't sound like fine.
But revealing our nature to a reporter you met in a bar 10 hours ago.
Things when
No,
you
already passed out on the floor next to him, Louis.
Yeah.
Out on your feet from the drugs you stuffed him
this
with.
is boring. You're boring.
Wow.
You are so boring.
What?
Hours I spent with that boy were more exciting, more fascinating than decades with you.
Wow. Did you really have to go that far though?
Oh, there it is.
Trying to get him angry.
Blank, half apocalyptic look. But what does it mean tonight? Huh? Does he want to lick my boots or chop my hands off? See, I'm the vampire Armand, and my daddy vampire grew me into a little bitch.
Wow.
The vampires have murdered my daddy.
My
Made me
sister,
pretend I
she
didn't have a
buried me
dick
alive.
for 240 years.
My daughter was my sister, was my throw pillow. When he would look at me kindly, Lestat.
I talked shit about him the whole time. The name!
Always in your thoughts.
The name! Unuttered in our home for 23 years, said over and over again until it was pounding in my brain like a hammer.
Or probably. I know! Yes. I know. Thank you, Sam.
What, did you need to hear that?
And the, what the is all of it coming back? So I don't remember any of this.
First door opens. Slam. Footsteps. Second door slams. Metal door. Armand calls your name. He runs after you.
Oh, was you trying to go into the sun?
The screams.
Oh, you really was trying to go into the sun. You were that depressed?
I walked into the sun.
You remember that?
Now he does.
I'm remembering it now.
Let me ask you a really loaded question, Louis.
What, because you haven't been all night?
And then what?
My skin burnt to the color of pitch.
Must be exquisite.
Well,
What happened?
you tried to kill yourself.
Drug fiend. You said the worst things you've ever said to me. And then you ran outside. And now you're a convalescent. The boy.
The fascinating boy.
Oh,
He's 5.
Don't.
He's just fine.
fucking hell.
You're fine. This is fine. We're all fine.
You two kept me in that apartment for how long?
You were there, Daniel.
I don't remember. That's why I'm asking.
In it. Being
I remember
abused
a
as
few
well.
things, like
He's just
there's someone else there.
I don't want
to die. On that item, I think I know something you don't.
And that is.
I'm told you've lived a fascinating life.
I never said that.
No, Louis did.
Leave him alone, Armand.
I'll keep digging. But I'm not hopeful there's much more to you, Daniel, other than a hole.
Wow, you just kept him there like you was torturing him and punishing him.
Nagorsk to interview an operative for the KGB.
And it wasn't that bad, I'm
Halfway
guessing.
through, I tried to go to the bathroom. He'd locked me in. I was the one being interviewed.
Your point?
I don't know. No point. Other than fuck your boyfriend.
Great.
Saturday. It was Saturday, but we met on Tuesday. So I was the house pet for, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Your boyfriend
I'm with him now.
was in a trance of some sort.
Yeah.
Lunch is almost over. Try.
I won't say a word.
You fucking try. You were there.
Go back to the chair.
Huh?
The TV.
Who is he talking to? Please don't be. Is it Lestat?
The Brock's shit is bullshit.
You're in the chair. The TV is on.
Some service stations may be charging less for gas this morning.
Can't get up. It hurts. Look me in the
Coffin.
I listened to the tapes,
Okay.
all of them twice.
Why twice?
Lestat. Claudia, Lestat, Lestat.
Oh, because you weren't mentioned.
Ronald was trash.
Yes, you said that, but why?
Yeah, why are you talking about him?
It's not exactly how you've talked about him to me.
Oh,
Did I catch you in a fantasy?
really?
The boy somehow fumbles his way to publication. I know where he is.
Was it him you were
I
speaking
found his
to?
voice among the many.
Okay.
I told him I was with you.
Oh, yes, you were speaking to him.
Lestat,
No.
he's waiting for you. I'm with him now. He cannot hear you. He has injured himself.
Louis.
No.
This is your chance, Louis. I am your maker's voice. Louis,
Oh,
Mon cher.
mon cher.
You wanted to say something to me.
You wanted to say something to me.
I love you, Louis.
oh, can you say it?
I love him, Armand.
Come on, Armand. Can you do it? You wanted this.
Tell him, Armand. Tell him.
You couldn't do it. You wanted to punish Louis, but you ended up punishing your damn self with that.
It was my make.
And that's all.
There's nothing more.
You left me for death.
Okay.
After all the garishness of life, the jostling, the clawing,
Like my life.
the dull thrum of desperation in you. Will I get the fixes I need? Will I be somebody? But Daniel, you already know who you'll be. An ugly duplex back in Modesto. A job in an office with drab carpets and flickering lights. A woman in the mold of your mother. A genteel drinking problem like your father. Your wife counting down your thrusts.
Wow.
your children shying away from you.
Oh, did he make this all
the
happen?
confidence and hope of your youth replaced by a seething,
Because this is
boiling
basically
regret,
what happened, isn't it?
until one day you're at a traffic light. The light turns green, horns honking. You don't move. Horns honking. You don't move.
The thing happening in the city.
It's okay. It's okay.
It don't seem okay.
It'll feel like a bath.
Really?
Rest. Like honey on your tongue. It is the comfort we all long for. Cleaning up the mess.
Doesn't need cleaning.
After what you've put me through here, I deserve this.
I know. But I need this one to live.
Why?
It's a testament to our companionship, of its endurance.
So what happened? Huh? What did he say? What did you do?
He told me to get my shit together, and then he Richard Pryored right in front of me. Everyone scrambled, but I stuck around, watched him burn. What always confused me was that you know, he said those words to me, and he was already all burnt up.
So it was Louis that said it.
Conflated the two events, but I didn't.
So in a way, I guess he saved you?
I destroyed 2 marriages.
Oh.
I fucked up 2 daughters.
Oh.
But I stayed a journalist.
They look a little guilty and he looks a bit happy.
Lunch. Entertaining. You made it all the way to Burj Khalifa. How's Paris?
We paused Paris. Reminisced about San Francisco.
Oh.
And?
It started with Daniel. He asked why you saved him in 1973.
I could see you were partial to him. I preserve your happiness even when you don't or can't. I had a hunch. Daniel might prove fruitful in later times.
Is that not the same crap you said before? No one's buying that. Yeah, he knows. Well, so we veered off from, the other flashbacks that we were having where we was talking about, their adventures in Paris and instead focused on the meeting that they had with Daniel in San Francisco. And wow, like a lot happened, it seems, for what he thought was an interview of maybe a couple of hours turned into maybe a week of his life spent being tortured a little. Because come on now, we already know our mom was not treating him nice. Like, yes, he was goading Louis just like he was in this interview. He seems to have a knack for getting under Louis's skin. And it drove Louis to, after revealing himself to be a vampire, to basically attack Daniel. At which point Armand arrived at the right time. Like, was you just in the neighborhood? Because you said you was picking lint off the sofa. Where was you? And you just turned up right when he was about to go kill this boy. But anyway, he's come in, made it seem like he's rescuing Daniel. But then after everything that Louis did, he's decided that he wants to be there no more and tried to go into the sun for Armand to rescue him, put him back in bed, and basically, just abuse Daniel just a little bit by lifting him up in a chair and then throwing him back down a couple of times. Like, that wasn't really needed. What, you're angry at Daniel, or you're taking your anger out on Daniel because Louis was partial to him, because Louis didn't sleep with him, didn't eat him then and there. Like, Was it necessary? Like I said, he told you to join him, so maybe it would have been different if you did. Maybe you would have also not killed Daniel at that point. I don't know. But you was doing a little bit much. And after he's been telling you you're boring, you can see he was a bit, like, you could see that Armand was pissed. Like, he tries to keep his cool, but then he does little things. These little, you can't call it microaggressions so much, but he does little things that lets you know that he is not happy, and he's going to take it out on you in some way, shape, or form. Like when he, at first gives Louis some of his blood, and then it's like, oh, so basically, Louis, I spoke to Lestat, and then proceeds to contact Lestat, say he's going to speak for Lestat, and that Louis can say whatever he needs to say, and was basically repeating everything that Lestat had to say to Louis, right up until Lestat says, I love you. That he couldn't say. He didn't want to say it. I think he figured if he did say it to Louis, that Louis would go back to Lestat. Like, as much as he was there saying about, oh, you want this reporter to write these books so that it can be on the shelf so Lestat can see it and then he can come rescue you. As much as he's making it seem like he's trying to push Louis away and that's why he's contacting Lestat, at the end of the day, he didn't want to do it, because if you did, you would have just repeated it. What did you have to lose? You didn't want to lose Louis, so you didn't do it. You wanted to punish him to a point, but then realized in a way you was punishing yourself by punishing Louis. He couldn't continue. But then they kept Daniel there for how long? Well, I can't even say they, because it was mostly Armand, because Louis was still bedbound. And yeah, what was you doing to him in all that time? Like, you had him sitting there watching TV. Was you questioning him? Was you getting in his head? Because we know we saw you doing that a little bit, but was you doing that for the whole duration that you was holding him? Or was it intermittent? What was you doing to this guy? And then all of that stuff that he fed to him, like, oh, you're gonna go out, you're gonna marry. Basically, you just said you're not gonna have a happy life, and all you're gonna have, in a way, I guess, is your work. And based on what Armand said, it kind of seems like that has been the case, based on what Armand has said about his previous marriages and his relationship with his daughters and everything. And then, as much as Louis tried to step in and say something else to Daniel to keep him going, it seems that it wasn't enough. I don't know if it's because he didn't know the full extent of what Armand said to Daniel, so he didn't know what it was that he needed to say to change it. The most he did was give him the will to keep going on and be a journalist, but that's about it. And then the fact that both of their memories seem to kind of stop at the same point, that neither of them seem to remember all that much after Armand again worked his magic and had Daniel believing that he woke up in a drug den and that it was somebody else that was on fire, I guess, that gave him the message, and really it was just Louis. So yeah, when did he work this magic? And if he's done that to Louis, then is that the only time that he's done it? Because it seems when it benefits him, when he feels like he's going to lose control of the situation, that's when he does it. Because sometimes when they have an interview, he tries to stop Louis from going down certain paths with what he's telling Daniel. So I don't know if that's because he knows that he had something to do with Louis not remembering it properly, and knowing how good Daniel is, Daniel will see the holes in the story. I don't know. Because most of the time as well, I think that was even when he was talking about Lestat, and he seemed to know a lot. Like, I know Louis would have told him, but he seemed to keep stopping him at certain points. So I'm wondering if it's because he knows he did some fiddling around with the memory, and that's the case. Because for a vampire, he's the only vampire I see that we've seen on this show that seems to have issues remembering stuff. And he's not even as old as some of these other vampires. You didn't have these memory issues before, so why do you have it now? But anyway, that's just my theory. But I guess we'll see what's going to happen in the next episode, considering now Armand is aware that Daniel and Louis were talking about San Francisco instead of Paris. So they basically been comparing notes based on their experiences of meeting each other for the first time. So we're going to find out more of that, or are we going to go back to the events of Paris to find out what happens with the coven now that Santiago has broken into the apartment and has, the diaries that Claudia has been writing? Anyway, hope you guys will tune in for those ones. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and bye.